many different color colors there. Hard worker that midnight.
Outside of Forex Factory, where else do you be getting your news from?
This ain't Forex Factory. This is my
No, I'm
FX
saying
book.
outside of Forex Factory. Like, cause that's why I be going to see if anything pressing coming out. But where do you be going to check to see if it's news coming out?
My FX book and Bloomberg. But for the news that you just saw, my FX book.
Okay.
That's where I go to. I think that news, investing.com is pretty good. I used to use them, but you don't really want to get carried away with every news outlet that's out there. So weekly time frame. Last week I had mentioned, matter of fact, let me start off with the dollar. So that's important because I believe that could be the move that pushes the dollar all the way back up to this resistance zone, and then we'll figure it out from there. All right. So if you look, last week, I had mentioned the dollar getting bullish. Now it came back to that zone that the dollar had already created support off of. So if you remember, like specifically Ty and Lee, I talk about that Sunday's candle, right? That Sunday's candle, we've been able to use that within like the reset that the market has after New York, when it creates like one of those funny candles. So if you look over here, same thing over here, right? This was produced on obviously an 8-hour time frame. You can probably find it on a 30-minute time frame, but you see how the candle just looks kind of like funny compared to, all the other candles. I use the same concept we've been pretty much discussing, Sunday's candles method. What I did was draw a line, a horizontal line, all the way to where the market had already came down. So the market had already came down, but I wanted to see how far it would travel. It was like somewhere up here before it shot all the way down here. This was the lowest point, and it probably was a little bit lower. I'm probably off. I think it was like 8. I think it was like $100 flat, 0.8, like 2 something. But you see, I got it on 3.7. That's as tight as probably I can get it without it looking different on a different time, on a higher time frame. So that's where the dollar got bullish from. I expected that. You know what I'm saying? So currently, based off of what we're looking at, again, we haven't made any true ascension to the upside, right? But right now, we got to go with what price action show us. This is clearly support on an 8-hour time frame, right? Looks different on a daily time frame. Looks different on a daily time frame, definitely. Well, no, looks like support on a daily time frame. Now, here's the thing. What we have to do is wait for price to break out of this upside. This is a good position for me to give my analysis to be able to say that, yes, we are bullish. But here's the thing. I'm no fool to what the market may try to do. Now, the market probably will get bullish, but until we truly break this zone, this literally this zone, this market can play off of. So we can see the market pretty much play, and then it'll start ranging, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing people for a loop, and even creating like breakouts and then driving back into the zone. So what we want to see is that we want to see if, the dollar is going to remain bullish. We want to see it to break out of the zone and like hit high, like not like just break out of the zone and we expect that because we see it break out a little bit that, oh man, that's home free. Like, no, we want it to run away from the zone, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? That would pretty much almost guarantee that, the dollar is from this point bullish and no longer creating, we're really trying to create structure within this market and then bring it all the way back up to these pretty much previous highs. Well, we have to break levels first, as we already know. We have to break these levels, but that's what I'm anticipating. But again, I do have to see this market like break certain levels for me to be confident in saying that the dollar is like truly bullish. But this is a good start. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is definitely a good start and stuff that I personally want to see within the market. So what does that do for us on other currency pairs? Well, I know I just had Euro US. I'll go back to that, but let's look at UJ, for example, right? Well, before we go to UJ, let's look at the Japanese yen, because this is stuff that I was telling you guys about since like last week. Now, don't go off of like what my data is showing you, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously I'm creating these parameters and I don't want to give you guys an illusion of what you won't think yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or a bias of what you won't think yourself. So if you believe that, UJ is going up. And I'm just saying this for like conversation's sake. I know y'all might not even be trading UJ, but if you determine that UJ is going up, I want you to identify that on your own. Or if you determine that UJ is going down, I want you to see that and not just create it off of my bias. But let's look at what's going on with the Japanese yen. Now, I did state that below this gold line, if the Japanese yen remains below this line, I'm confident that we're bearish on the Japanese yen, which will do what to the dollar against it? It will boost it. You know what I'm saying? It will gain more volume, well, more equity in that market, actually making, you know, USDJPY bullish, right? So is it open? No, it's not open right now, but we've still maintained like what we've held since like last week. Not to mention EMAs. You see the EMAs like starting to cross. How do I get it? How do I get it to look past? Okay, well, yeah, we could just do that. So I don't get too happy because it's like, you know, none of this data is confirmed until we actually see like really the push down. What we want to see is the blue line cross past the purple, because that's technically like for people who use the 50 for the EMA, I use 21. It's a little bit more precise. I got it from you know, one of the ladies in the business, in the last business, right? So already we have our red line, which is pretty much your trend. It's following basically price action, right? It's following like the movement of what the market is creating. So currently, yes, the Japanese yen is bearish based off of this. And we have our 21, which would be somebody else's 50, which is like the overall market, the overall trend. And this is like the immediate like trend when the market is switching to buying and selling, right? So once we get this blue below the purple, but remaining above the red, that pretty much confirms that, especially on the daily time frame, that pretty much confirms that, yeah, the Japanese yen is bearish up until, I mean, it's not bearish, but just even looking at the EMAs, it's already kind of telling you. Let's even add the MACD on that. I just want to see for like, you know, illustration purposes, like yeah, like, I mean, if you look at it on a daily, so we switch back to the MACD. Remember what I was talking about last week where, you know, you see a dip or rise, the darker it is, the more stronger that movement is, and you see it left being dark. And I'm not saying that that means that guarantees it's going to push down, but this is the continuation. So it's like at a pause right now, right? But the continuation should be strong, you know what I'm saying? Or even if it's weak, still bearish or whatnot. This seems like the start of a strong move, but when we look at it right now, it seems kind of like, you know, medium. But again, the market paused here. So once we get more data from the Japanese yen, we'll be able to see. I know I did see, again, on Sundays, read the headlines at the bottom of Bloomberg, and they'll give you probably a little bit more info. I know the Japanese yen had something because they have a meeting with China, and it was something was bad with their economy. I forgot, man. I gotta look into it. I gotta make a note of that because it's the small stuff that comes on the bottom. But when you don't have news from some of these outlets that we use, that stuff will help you. You know what I'm saying? To make sense of like, because if I'm expecting the Japanese yen to get bullish, there should be some type of negative news that not guarantees that, but helps push it in that direction, right? So now that we're pretty much comparing the you know, dollar to the Japanese yen in sequence of using UJ, right? Let's actually look at UJ because that'll kind of get, because we can see what price action is doing currently. Now, when the dollar got bullish, I bought UJ, right? So UJ, if we're just looking at it, because you got to do a top-down analysis, right? Normally I start off on the weekly, but there's a lot of like clutter going on. So I'd rather just start off like on the 8-hour. That's a pretty strong time frame. Let me get rid of all this. So remember, we've been kind of pretty much tracing UJ since not this move, but probably this move, right? Now this move down here is when I first got the confirmation that UJ was bullish, but I was ignoring it for some reason because I just wasn't interested in it. Should have been interested in it. But again, in sequence, if we're just looking at the sequence of what the market does, right? UJ broke up out of here. I created this purple zone because that purple zone was on a smaller time frame that brought UJ up, right? So it made its move in out of this consolidation. This black box is consolidation, right? Out of consolidation, right? So if we just jump back and we see that what UJ did, broke out aggressively, and this is what we've been talking about, Ty, if you remember, like what we've been talking about, like what we need to see for these consolidation breakouts, you know what I'm saying? Like to truly be in that direction. So if you just look at it right here, broke out, small retest, you would have had to find it on whatever time frame like it gave the retest. As far as like the retest out of the consolidation, because there's different retests, right? Market jumps up, hits a level of resistance because there's resistance up here. Just doing it for no reason. That's why it's like look to the left, see what's going on in the market, because you gotta follow the story that the market is telling you, right? So hit resistance, and I promise you, this is exactly how I go through this stuff in my head. Like I'm not just saying this stuff even from like a teaching point. It's just more so of like this is exactly how I go through it in my head for a top-down analysis, so I can make sure direction and then. Are we consolidating or are we trending? We are trending now on UJ. So it hit this resistance and we drag it all the way out. We can see that it respected this resistance each time it came up here. Hit it the first time, brought it back into the consolidation. This is what I be telling y'all, where it's like, okay, if we drew a fib from the high and low of the consolidation, even adding the wick, it will probably be around 50%. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all seeing that?
Yep.
Right off the 50. Wow, that's crazy. I'm telling y'all, like this, you using fibs in these unique ways, yeah, this is gonna put us in the right direction, like on something different. Because this is actually like, you know, you're not supposed to use fibs unless it's trending. But again, on the smaller time frame, technically it is trending on like the smaller time frame before it busts out of here. But still, many ways that we can use this. So it hit the 50%. Basically, I just used the 50% to gauge that it did respect the consolidation. It's not about like 50%, it's that because it can drive to like 100% of that consolidation. It's more so to use it as like, okay, it respected the move for consolidation. We just don't know the percentage that it wanted to drive down to that consolidation. That's what the fib is supposed to measure. Like, okay, because if it breaks 100% aggressively, then we know that consolidation is no longer valid for like the direction that we're trying to anticipate it to go, right? So broke out of here, retested 50% of that consolidation, drove the market up. So this literal move right here gave us the start, even if you were confused in this area over here, gave us the initial start of like, okay, this is an uptrend movement. And we hit resistance again. Then we retested. Now, if we add a fib from the high and low of this market, we can probably see. So because it's structure, like if you turn it to a line chart, I count it as 50%, you know what I'm saying? But it did go as low as like, I mean, I'm going to respect that it came within 618, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say 618, but the structure closed at 50%. So really it's a 50% move, but it did as low as possibly go to 618. Not to mention, even if you weren't using Fibonacci, all you had to do was understand that when I start seeing these dojis and I spot like, again, a previous break in the market, turn it to a line chart, you could probably spot like on a lower time frame that was just a previous high that it returned. Where are we at? Yeah, this initial high. And again, turn it to a candlestick to see what it's been retesting. Oh, no, it wasn't a previous high. Look what it was. Consolidation right here. It retested the top of this consolidation. I'm telling y'all, man, this stuff is getting like too easy at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's just about pushing the button at the right time. Okay, so now again, we got consolidation where the market did retest 100%. You see how I drove into that from this zone? Faked out, probably popped up and then drove down, retesting.
It blew out of there.
Yeah. So the next time this market wants to return here, it will probably, retest however far into the zone it's going to be into this consolidation. But now that we have this annotation right here, we can expect that, okay, I shouldn't have high hopes unless I get more clarification. Are we still bullish? But this lines up with what I was talking about with the dollar, because if UJ starts falling, right? Say UJ starts falling from here because this is pretty strong resistance. I think it's still bullish, and then it'll probably fall like Tuesday or something like that. But say UJ falls, what you think the dollar's doing? The dollar's falling too, because it's still in that zone that we haven't really truly broke out of it. This whole movement, if you look at UJ itself, even on a 33 time frame, this is consolidation. This whole move, you know what I'm saying? From like up from, what is this, Monday, April 10th, all the way up here, consolidating up here, driving down. This whole move is a ranging market until it truly breaks out. Now, I do think, like I said, I do think that UJ is currently bullish right now, but the expectation is that this is where I give you guys like, hey man, we have to find areas that we haven't caught, because we just get into the market just making these moves in that direction and not really paying attention to where it could possibly come back for recovery and stuff. Well, this gives us our notation. So if, say, 3 a.m. in the morning, UJ gets bearish, we're not surprised, because where do we know it's heading to? At least the top of this consolidation zone, bar none. You know what I'm saying? At least the top of this consolidation zone. So we shouldn't be like confused, like if we just see UJ start getting aggressively bearish all of a sudden, 4 a.m. in the morning, you at least can aim for the top of the consolidation, at least, you know what I'm saying? And if it drives, again, we don't know how low it would drive into it, but your expectations would be at least 50%, but it could drive 100% back into that market, then pop up. Would be no surprise, you know what I'm saying? Would be no surprise at all, whatnot. It's just what the market wants to do at that time. So now that we have that information, we can pretty much just wait and see what UJ may do. Now, again, I do think that it's bullish right now, but this is a potential, because we're at resistance. This is a potential rising wedge. So the rising wedge, how it works, if this is it, you know what I'm saying? And this would be like a bearish move, but this can kind of work two ways, because this can just be a channel, you know what I'm saying? So the expectation, if this follow through, and it could pop up some, so you can have a move like this, and then it does that, and then it does that. You see what I'm saying? Because this is on a 33 time frame. This is on a 33-minute time frame. So more than like, well, I mean, like I said, if it drops, more than likely it's coming at least at the top of it. But if it respects this pattern, more than likely the retracement would be shallow. So it probably would hit like the top of the consolidation versus going all the way into it. Let me see how many pips that would be if the market actually dropped there. I guess that wouldn't be shallow. That would be a pretty aggressive move. But I think it's channeling up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's channeling up. So we just have to wait for confirmation. If it breaks up into the zone, then obviously you can catch the impulse, but just definitely be prepared for the retest. But again, because today is Sunday, this is how this market tries to trap people in both ways, right? So you could have a move like this that shows you that, man, this thing is aggressively bullish, yo. But again, if it's going to make some of these moves, you're either going to have it at the end, specifically for UJ at the end of its closer to the end of the Tokyo session, so around 12 a.m. or at the close, which would be like 2 a.m. You might see like UJ get like stupid bearish like that if it doesn't do it from right here. Or, you know what I'm saying, like I said, it could just continue being bullish. My whole thing is that because we identified this consolidation, I want to that the market may try to recover today before actually continue to be bullish. But we just have to wait to see what the market is giving us, because this is kind of way too early. Let me see how the DXY opened up. It looks like it's selling right now. I may push the sell button. Hold on. Looks like it's doing that right now. Yep. You look what the DXY is doing. Yeah, because I wanted a recovery for let's see. Is this the, why is it not coming through? All right. There's consolidation down there too. Where's my UK? Yeah, I like this move for you, Jay. Is that resistance too? Hmm. So this could be two ways. You catch the impulse, which will be shallow, and what most likely. So basically, what this market probably will do is sell today, right? So here's the thing: you're gonna get probably an impulse, right? But it created resistance up here. Don't be surprised if this market shoots up at like 3 a.m. from like here or something to retest this. So I would just aim pretty much for 133, 393, and then see what the market does. Because this move is normally a shallow move. So I could see it pushing down from here, popping up, and then giving us that move that we're looking for. Back to that consolidation zone. Because normally this move is just to recover the market to bring it back up. So what I'm gonna do is that when it pops back up here, because we don't have any news coming out, I'm gonna sell. But I'm only gonna sell, I'm gonna trail my stop loss, obviously, but I'm only gonna sell back to this point, 133, 393. Let me see.
On UJ?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to see it come up like a little bit more. It's actually fine. At least 50%. Time is good. And I'm just gonna have a stop loss. I might press the sell button now. Actually, it look like it's trying to get away. No, it's about to be 8:30. I'm about to see what it's about to do at 8:30. But patience. But I'm gonna have a stop loss directly into the zone because if it pushes back into here, obviously I know that that's probably like the retest. Yeah, let's see what 8:30 does. That's 3 minutes from now. And I'm sure this will be one of the moves where we be like, man, we could have held that. But here's the cool thing. When UJ gets back down here, if it decides to get back down here when you sleep or you're not paying attention, or tomorrow you're in New York, you wait for it to as low as it can get in the zone and you look for buy entries. You know what I'm saying? I would probably look for a buy entry all the way back at the lowest point of the zone. They'll probably try to attack this right here. And if it doesn't, like I said, 50% of This movement would be, yeah, I could actually see this more likely than not just because of how it left. You know what I'm saying? Like with this wick down, with this wick right here.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear me straight? I don't have my mic hooked up and I'm on hotspot.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Oh, all right, bet.
So you saying UJ for market execution, or are we waiting to a certain point?
I wanted it at 8:30, but it looks like it's getting away from us, man. I wanted to see if it was gonna pull back at 8. Nah, I still want that pullback, yo. Like right here. Yeah, I still want that pullback. I think 8:30 might try to, wash people out. That's 1 minute from now, so. Man, it looks like it is definitely trying to run away. I can't even call it.
Yeah, that shit gone. Run,
This
Forrest.
may be one of the ones. I mean, bro, you don't know. Like normally you be like, yo, I'm in it already, yo.
Yo,
know
you would
what
think I'm
saying?
lying. The crazy shit is, the crazy shit
Normally you already
is,
in it. I don't even gotta
I
ask, yo, man. I'm
I
like,
swear to you. Here's the funny shit. I went to go get in it.
And it took off.
Still took about 8:30. And I look back, it's too late.
This stuff happens, Joe. This stuff happens. Yeah,
Lee, what's up with Nas? You ain't fuck with Nas today?
Yeah,
it's at resistance. I'm trying to see what it's gonna do because it's still in this consolidation zone. So
nah, man, it can still pull back, dude. It does that to trap people that's about to press that sell button right now. You know what I'm saying?
it's 8:30. What you about to do, player?
About to snap out. Somebody just pressed the sell button just now. Watch what this does to whoever pressed the sell button. You know?
Player.
It's gonna look good. It's gonna look like, man, this thing is about to. Oh no, man. Top loss right here, y'all.
It would have been me.
And even if like the good thing is like we're still setting up plays, so it's like the fact that it's breaking, it's like you still have a retest, and what's going to give you a retest? This better move up here anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that probably will be triggered by like 3 a.m. or something. So you can kind of get the opportunity to buy up if you catch it in time, and it'll show you on a smaller time frame. Like, man, this thing looks bullish. If you got to say that, and it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, it probably is bullish. You just need to wait for that pullback. Like to go back up to the zone is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But just looking at it, looking at it as it drowns.
It looks Barris's business. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's no problems on Sundays because it'd be like I'll be looking at money just like, and I called it. I can't look at this.
Right?
Listen, man. You know what they say, late is better than never.
I still want to risk like jumping in and this thing pull some foo.
Mm-hmm. And you said to the middle of that consolidation anyway, ain't it?
Yeah, or at least the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'll go back to it. Yeah, let's focus on you, Jay. Not to deviate from nothing because we started off with the dollar. And I'll probably talk about like other pairs as the week goes on, but this has looked like probably a better move out of everything. Let me flash at GJ real quick.
Let me ask you, UJ is like one of those pairs that you said don't give you like every dollar on the dollar, like, right? It's like
you can actually, let me show you real quick. What was it? Pip calculator. I think it's my FXTN. something like that. I always misspell it. FX, no, I do it right. Profit calculator. That's what it is. Not the PIP. You can use a PIP calculator too, though, but profit. So this is just giving an example of like once it loads. I'm gonna look at. Yeah, man. I think UJ about to do some foo-foo on people. This market always does that. It looks good, and then you be like, "What just happened?" Look at UJ pulling back. Wow, I'm telling you, whoever got into that sell was like, "I need." Let me go back to show y'all. Look at this pullback. Are y'all seeing this? I'm gonna pull up the profit calculator in a second. Y'all see my?
Could have just been for a better entry.
I mean, yeah, but like, why even risk the drawdown when it's like there's an expectation that it could pull back? You know what I'm saying? The market is designed to like make it look good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not to mention, this is structure. It just broke out of the structure. You want to see a pullback. That's what you wanted to see, like the break. And then this is why we're talking about like consolidation. Like we gotta.
Hit that 38 and drop back down.
Nah, man, nah. There's a lot here. You know what I'm saying? Like it can go as high as like this is why like on Sunday it's more so of like
Go. You know, I felt like I was missing out on something, and just because you said it, I jumped in that shit. I jumped in it right when it pulled back too.
oh, right when it pulled back. That
I
might
swear,
not be a bad
as soon as
entry.
it pulled back, yep.
That might not be a bad entry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like 50% of this move right here.
Yep. Yo, I got violated the other day with my stop loss, bro. I was cursing you. I love you to death, but I was cursing you, bro. I swear, Lee, because he know I don't trade with stop losses, but I experienced something that gold violated me on. So took the Twine. I was about to hang it up for the rest of the year. I ain't even gonna lie. I was about to hang it up. So I spoke to Twine. He like, nah, bro, just be conservative. Don't always be a beast. You know what I mean? Put your stop loss. I'm like, all right, put a little bit of bread in there, whatnot. Set the stop loss in gold. I was at 20.45 on an entry. Set the stop loss for maybe 25 to 30 pips. Man, gold kicked me out, then tanked. I was in here screaming.
Oh, I've been there. Trust me. I've been there. Okay.
I was in here going, oh. Said you was everything under the sun but a child of God. I'm like, yo, I swear to God. Nicole, like, what happened? I'm like, Twan told me put a stop loss. I don't even trade with stop loss.
No, but if that thing would have popped up even further and took you out and then dropped, then what?
But that's why he told me to put a stop loss in the first place. That happened to me the other day. I forget what day it was, but it put my account in the negative.
Dang.
It went up so aggressively as when that news came out at 8:30. I just put the trade in. I turned my head, turned back around. I'm negative $700.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it was a beating. I would call it a beating for sure. For sure. And I called Twan like, yeah, bro, I'm about to delete the app. No. I'm deleting Discord too. I don't want to hear I don't want no signals, nothing. I don't want to hear about no news, nothing. My man like, yo, nah, set your stop loss, bro. I know it's, but, and so I did. I got kicked out and missed the whole move. But I'm like, it doesn't
much rather get kicked out than
yeah.
it's part of the game. Part of the game. It's all a part of the game.
I
So
just don't know, y'all. Listen, I just don't know what's wrong with me that I don't feel like I could snatch my profits and find another entry. I always be feeling like if I'm in that shit at the top of the move, I'm assed out like hospital gowns. That's how I be feeling like, damn, I missed. Just like just now with UJ. I'm like, damn, I wasn't at the top of UJ. So now I'm like a little $2 in profit. I'm like, yo, if I'd have got in as soon as he spoke on it, I'd get that ball out of here, boy. You stop it. Don't even play with
sure.
me. But, you know, again, listen, if it wasn't for y'all, this shit would have been hung up. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I swear. But I know it comes with the territory. You can't always be a winner. Word. You can always be a winner.
50%
Oh my God. Look, I ain't even about to.
Now, see, now I'm in there. Now I'm in there. Now I told you.
I ain't even look at that. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, that thing may be out of there for like until
Dun,
it comes back up there. Yeah, I have to catch I'd rather not get into that.
dun, I'm good.
I'll wait for the okie doke. So that's void then.
They say, oh, it's void because I'm in it, huh?
No. Like the movement is void for like me to get in. Like, you know what I'm saying? To assume that I'm gonna get in right now. Hold up.
Well, give me. You said 133 or 131. What's that you said?
No, that's it.
Well, give me.
I would just aim for just like profit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
I'm in profit now, but you know this shit, man. This is McDonald's profit. I'm trying to get past Chick-fil-A at least. Damn.
Stop it.
Yo, you know how bro always say like Walmart, Target. Listen, I'm trying to go from McDonald's to Ruth Chris. Like,
see, that's the problem right there. That's the problem.
I know, sis. I know. I'm hard-headed. I can't take $20 and be good or fit. That shit gotta be 500,000.
I would say just stay true to our 20 to 30 pip rule.
Right.
Because I mean, you probably you are in the move. This is the break. I'm gonna catch the pullback like at like 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah, I'm in there. You said 20, 30 pips.
Back up to this resistance. Let's
see,
say
but you ain't
all the way down here. But you know, if it shows me more sign, well, again, no matter what, once it breaks, it's gonna have to pull back somewhere up here. So if that's the move, if it truly is the move to push it all the way back down here, we should get some type of, you know, return back up here. That was the break. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yo, bro, you're gonna have to say from now on, like, I ain't trying to switch up your trainings or your coachings. You're gonna have to start saying now, bro. Like, cause now I'm already in it, and you said it's gonna pull back. And now I'm like, I don't want to go against you. You've already proven me wrong.
No, this is the break. This is the break. But this is like market structure, bro. What I'm saying is that you'll get your initial move. Impulse, you have an impulse, and then you have a retest. That's what you're talking about for the pullback. You always see it. Anywhere you look in this market, you can see an initial push up or down, and then you have a return back to the resistance or support, and then push back up or down. You know what I'm saying? So when this market pushes down, which you're in right now, like I said, this is structure. Like, I'm not getting away from structure. That's the stuff that bites us in the butt, that we get away from structure in the market. Pushes down, and it pops up. Most people are literally just looking for it to be like home free. The market is just gonna give me everything I want, not realizing the banks have to make their money too, and the market makers have to make their money. Pushes up here for a better entry, which would be the second, which would be the retest from the break. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So yes, you'll get your money, but don't look for it to, like, that's why I said 20 to 30 pips. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Because to respect, well, in order to respect the sell move, but you know, that's subjective, because if this thing for whatever reason got extremely bullish, like, I'll probably try to buy down here. That's probably what I'll be looking for, because if it doesn't make it down here, it's probably still bullish, and then it will make its way down here. But again, this is that aggressive move that we talk about coming out of consolidation. So let me just see if where the consolidation looks at.
So let me ask you something. I always believe the only dumb question is a question not asked. So I gotta ask you this. I know we didn't see what the percentage is as far as that my forex time, right? So with it being 6 digits right there, to the right, the
Oh yeah, let's
39.
go back to that.
I'm trying to figure out. I know the pipette is the last one. I know
What's
that.
your entry? What's your entry right now?
Shit, let's look. My entry for UJ is 146. Yeah, it's 146. Shit, I'm down now. 146931. Damn, that was fast. But I ain't going heavy though. Yeah, 146931.
And then we want close price. We want the close price 133393. 133393. Size.
Is that $100?
No, right?
Yeah.
So from that move, let me go back. 1466913.
146931.
931. Yeah. Wait. On UJ?
Yeah.
That can't be.
Yeah, bro. I promise you.
146,931.
Yeah.
133. Yeah. Wait, that's like 10K though. You got change your lot.
Your last shot?
No, it doesn't. I'm literally okay. Let me put it in front of y'all. You telling me that
Yo, bro, you going no. Oh my God, bro. I'm done. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Bro, you saying UJ, bro, I'm in EJ, bro.
Oh my God.
That's how I was like, yo. I was like, bro.
Yo, bro, I'm in EJ, bro.
You moving
oh,
too fast.
Nah, that's so foul, bro.
You moving
and UJ right in my face.
That's why I was like, you telling me that you're
that's
you
some
know where
bullshit.
you would have been at?
But I'm in profit though. Go do me a favor. Then look
close
at
that trade.
You said close that trade?
Close the trade.
This is where your entry. I mean, if you had this entry, that would have been, you would have been up stupid. But that's where your entry would have been, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy though. So yeah, let me let me get out of this.
That's what I was like,
bro. And I'm
like,
at least
nah,
bro.
Up. Like, y'all,
you should just say 10K. Like, yo,
like, no.
damn.
Yo, it's so crazy because I don't even trade these pairs. You know that I don't trade these pairs.
Me either.
That ass, like, so I'm looking like, oh, I'm jumping in it just for that now. Now I'm in UJ for sure, and my entry is 133773. So now what we looking like? 133773. Yeah, about right there.
What you looking at?
Right.
That's 38 pips.
No, 133773. To the intended 123.
773.
So you see how you're basically $100 off. You see, just because of today's exchange rate today, they vary, and you can see. I mean, it's obviously at the price point that they're at where that difference is created. But you can see that it's not by like if you moved at a standard, if you hit 38 pips on UJ, I mean on EU, you probably would make $380. But you see here, This is all the way
Right.
down to like the decimal too. So 284 technically should be 384, but because how UJ contract size is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Less. So you have to factor in. So this is where you can get clever because again, the same thing works in reverse. You're not going to lose that much at the same time too. So if you were in the if this was a negative, you wouldn't lose 38 pips. Technically, you'll be losing 28 pips. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where you can be creative and either double up your lot size or maybe to cover up the $100, which would be 10 pips. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever it's gonna be.
Shit, with the way my trade week going, I'm gonna leave that motherfucker right there. Leave that thing right there. Nothing wrong with the way it look right now.
Well, you also want to calculate your stop too to see how much you could potentially lose.
That's a
if
fact.
the trade
That's
goes
a
wrong.
fact.
So
So
you'll be
based
like,
on,
am I willing to lose this much for this trade to gain this much? You know what I mean?
Hey, coach, what you got, coach? What's your stop on that, coach?
Like I said, back into the zone, but if it starts pulling back up like now, this thing could push all the way back up here. So I would say just like what you had, 337.
Yeah, 133773.
I know you ain't trying to have no 20 pip stop loss, so I would say like 17 pips, whatever you really can lose and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Because
50%, you just want to clear. You just want to make sure you clear 50%. Above 50%. You know what I'm saying?
right. Because above 50% means it's going back the other way, ain't it?
Well, not necessarily. It can go as high as like 786. It can go 100% of this candle if it wanted to. You know what I'm
And
saying?
still drop.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like, and then like from 50% from here, if you went like,
I can't believe I got it
up, that's
fucking
an 11
EJ,
pip
bro.
stop loss.
Believe me, bro. Come on, man.
That's an
Yo,
11
I
pip
tell you,
stop
I'll be
loss,
making the
so
dumbest mistakes. Sometimes, when you in a trade already and you go to look at the chart of the trade and you click on it, but instead of giving you the chart, it asks you to trade again. I jumped in a double standard on XRP like that, bro. Bank me. I was trying to look at the chart, man, and I clicked trade, man. Bank me, boy. I ain't lying, man. Sheesh. All right, so boom, you said okay, 17 pips. Is that it going down or that's you going zooming in?
that's me zooming in.
Oh. It looked like it's trying to turn around though.
Yeah, it do. It does
Yeah.
look like that.
Yeah,
So I'm waiting for. So
what up?
above here would be, this would be like 11 pips or 12 pips from your entry. I could definitely see that, but like I said, like I'm expecting for the move like all the way back up here.
So you saying 100% of that?
Well, not right now or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The momentum looks like it's to the downside, but once it breaks, you'll get your retest. So it'll probably break from here. Let me see.
Because that's 50% of that candle we looking at right now.
Right. So you see, those are momentum candles.
It looked like it done made his hook. Like that scooper, the ice cream scooper. Like you want to turn around now. Is that a trend line you drew right there?
Where right here now, this is just to show you guys the pattern.
Okay.
To really show the pattern. So I like this move. I like that. I think that it is gonna break down, but I think that it's gonna come up with full force like 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that, 3 a.m. in the morning, and then you'll get like a better entry up here to buy. To sell. I would actually look to sell at the top of the zone, so like 134.050, something like that. I think it's gonna sell here now for sure. You know what I'm saying? But Look for that retest. This is the break. Remember, we got the impulse move. The impulse move can be violent, but it's gonna retest, yo. And that's where people get, don't pay attention.
I was trying to catch that 4 a.m. London session, boy. Where my body set up, I was like, shit. I went to sleep 3:45. I was tight. I woke up and I see your message. I said, ain't this a bitch? I went to sleep 3:45, yo. Word. I was dritty, kid. I was like, man, we gotta figure something out for that London session. Yeah, yo, Alexa, set up 4 o'clock in the morning, 8, something for real.
About to close the session, not for y'all, but for the audience. But as always, guys, man, thank you for viewing in. As you see, this is just how me and my community speak with one another, just how we analyze the charts. Not really much going on today, so use the information that I have. Obviously, I'll go into further detail with other stuff later on in the week, but I'd rather just kind of keep it simple, just looking at the dollar. I think that's going to be very powerful, especially for us that trade in America, to be able to use that information. So as always, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out, that like button, comment, whatever you like, dislike. I don't care either way, guys. The feedback definitely helps my channel grow. And again, see you guys at the top, because we're taking everybody to the top with us in 2023. See you guys Tuesday.
I was forgetting you.